Tonight, Marion County Prosecutor Ryan Mears is facing criticism from some Indiana Republicans after a recent murder in downtown Indianapolis.
Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith is weighing in, suggesting the job should be an appointed position instead of an elected one. Our Ashton Hackman looked into it. He's been following the reaction. So what did Prosecutor Mears have to tell you?
Yeah, well, he didn't respond to Beckwith's comments directly. Instead, he pointed to a recent armed robbery conviction and sentencing. But Beckwith's criticism centers on whether Mears is doing enough to make Indianapolis safer.
After 23-year-old Brett Scrogham was shot and killed inside this parking garage last Thursday, Indiana Senator Jim Banks on the Senate floor took aim at Marion County Prosecutor Ryan Mears.
Ryan Mears is a prosecutor gone rogue. He refuses to keep violent criminals behind bars, and he's a failure, an absolute failure of a prosecutor.
Beckwith added his thoughts, writing in a post on X, quote, "Mears doesn't have time to prosecute violent criminals because he's too busy going on political witch hunts against my office over frivolous allegations. We need to make the Marion County Prosecutor's Office a gubernatorial appointment. It's time to get the adults back in charge and make our capital city safe again." Beckwith declined to comment further about that suggestion. Mears did as well. Instead, he touted a recent lengthy prison sentence for 25-year-old Daquan Carruthers, who was convicted in a 2025 armed robbery case.
We were able to build a really strong case, which allowed us to get a 28-year sentence where this individual is going to the Department of Correction for the next 28 years.
He was eventually found by police in July and fled from officers. After a crash, detectives recovered these two guns, which Carruthers was prohibited from having. Prosecutors added additional charges and secured a habitual offender status.
We can only do this when we have the cooperation of law enforcement in the community. You know, our cases start with people being willing to come forward and then people willing to testify in court. And when that happens, we're able to produce great results like the cases we're talking about today.
While Mears did not comment on the online post made by Beckwith, he did respond to the criticism from Senator Banks on the recent homicide, saying in a statement, quote, "Our focus remains on actively working with IMPD and the community to help solve this case." And both of you might remember just last Friday, I actually covered comments made by the Carmel mayor in regards to how Marion County Prosecutor Ryan Mears is handling crime. All of that is playing in as these investigators continue to investigate this homicide.
Yeah, there's such a large conversation about this, and I think a lot of people are interested in, hearing from everyone.
And we were hoping to hear from Beckwith today on, explaining what that could look like, if it would be every prosecutor in the state or if it's just centered around Marion County. Obviously, they didn't take our request for comment.
Okay, well, we look forward to learning more.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ashton. Appreciate it.